Hey guys, it's Carla. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm painting a pink rose. This is a very simple painting. It doesn't take long and it's very easy to do with or without the outline. But if you want the outline, just look in the description below and I'll send you a free outline by email. Now I'm using a stamp for the background, a musical note stamp, but this background would actually look good just plain, just leaving it white. So, or you could paint it some kind of light color. It really doesn't matter. So just whatever you like. But if you have some of these stamps, then I think this is pretty with the musical notes. So once you get your stamps, if you use a stamp, then once you get it all on there, make sure you dry it. And if your ink is archival ink, then once you dry it, you can paint over it and it won't smear or anything. So I'm just using acrylic paint. It's craft paint actually, and I typically just use whatever I have on hand, whatever I have in the color that I want. So the paint really doesn't matter. You're not trying to create a masterpiece. You're just trying to create decor. So I've got my outline there, and I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it, and so I'm just filling in the rose part with different colors of different shades of pink and some yellows and some white. So just you can either follow along with me or you can create your own color of rose. I'm doing this on an 8x10 canvas panel, which is very inexpensive and very easy to come by. You can get them at Walmart for a 3-pack for $3, so $1 each. So you can either do it on the canvas, or you could do this on wood or on watercolor paper or whatever. Now, if you do it on the canvas, you can either stand it against a wall or put it in an 8x10 frame, or put it in an 11x14 frame with an 8x10 mat, or you can attach a string to the back of it and hang it. So there's a lot of options with the canvas panel. If you do it on wood, then obviously you can just stand that by itself. And if you do it on watercolor paper, you would have to frame that. But there's a lot of options. I just want to show you how to create the painting, no matter what you do it on. It doesn't matter about the surface, just this will work on any of it. And I'm using very cheap brushes, so just use whatever brushes you have on hand. Just about any brush would work for this. But like I said, if you wanted to change the color of the rose, if you'd rather have like a yellow rose or purple rose or whatever, it's the same technique. You would just use different colors. And guys, if y'all like my videos, please give them a thumbs up and let me know that you like them. And if you have like a certain thing you want me to paint, then let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to work on that. Sometimes I don't really know what you want or what's popular or whatever, unless somebody comments. So I've basically started with my darker shades on my rose, and then I'm gradually going to the lighter shades. And that's usually the best way to do it. But you can always come back with your darker colors even after you've put the lighter ones in, if you realize it needs more dark. So just play around with it, and once you've got your outline on, it's pretty much just, filling in it's almost paint by number. Just kind of fill in, and roses grow in all different sizes, shapes, and colors, so there's really no set rules for this as long as it's shaped like a rose. So now I'm going even lighter. And don't be afraid of the really light shades and the really dark shades, because that's the only way to get the depth that you want is to have the darks and the lights in there. If everything is too close to the same shade, then it just looks very flat and it just looks like you pasted it on there. And the idea is to try to make it look dimensional. So don't be afraid of the lights and don't be afraid of the darks. And it helps too to keep your brush strokes primarily going in the direction that the petals grow. So from the stem up toward the top is how they grow. So it helps to keep your brush strokes going in that direction. So now I'm going in with my green and putting in my leaves. And you can start out with just plain green, and then we'll come back with our lighter shades again, like we did the rose. Start with your darker shades and then get lighter. But just be very loose with this. Don't get too uptight with it. Don't try to stress over it too much, because believe it or not, in the end, your painting will show whether or not you stressed over it and how uptight you were. So if it's very loose and free, then that will show. If you tried to get too perfect with it, then that will show. And perfection is not what we're going for, so just keep it loose. There's times when you have to kind of slow down a little bit in little tight areas, but still try to keep it loose. But for the most part, you're going to just kind of keep your brush moving and your hand moving as much as possible. So we're just going to keep working with this rose until we get the color we want and the dimension that we want. And it helps if you either walk away, go get a drink or something, come back, or just step back away from it and get a better look at it. Because when you're right up on it and you're working with it, you really have no idea what it looks like. Once you either walk away from it or step back away from it about 6 feet, then you can see more what it needs. Maybe what you need to add or what you need to paint over. And that's perfectly fine to paint over things. If you don't like the way it looks, dry it and paint over it. That's the great thing about acrylic, is you can do that, and you can do it fairly quickly. So I'm just going lighter and lighter with my leaves without covering up all of my dark. So that dark is in there for a reason. Don't cover it all up, but you do want to get these highlights on there to give it dimension. I think this is such a pretty, graceful looking rose. And I really like it with the musical notes in the back, but like I said, I think this would be really pretty just with a plain white background or just a really, really light background. With this color of rose, I don't know, maybe you would use something in the yellow tones maybe for the background, like the warm yellow tones. Or, you know, whatever you think about where you're going to display it and use colors that will work for that area. And what I'm doing right now is putting in some little, kind of sharpening my edges a little bit, not all of them. You don't want it to look outlined, but just like the sun is hitting the edges of the petals and the leaves and highlighting them. That's one of the characteristics, I think, of a rose is the petals are kind of crisp and jagged. I'm just putting some finishing highlights on my rose. And when you frame this, if you frame it, you could use a colored mat like I've done here, or just a white mat, or no mat. If you put it in an 8x10 frame, you wouldn't use a mat, but you can kind of mix it up a little bit and use different colors to highlight it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and God bless you, and I hope you tune in next time.